How's it going? Welcome to my shop. My name is Tim, and today I'm going to be adding something to the bench that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and that is a flip-up bench stop. And I have this thin piece of cherry here that I'm going to use. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch wide. And I'm going to try to talk while I do this. I'm not sure how Rob Cosman and Paul Sellers does it, but I'm going to try to concentrate while I talk. So we'll see how it goes. I first saw this flip-up bench stop in Scott Landis's The Workbench book, and that was on Frank Klausz's bench. I've been wanting to add it to my bench for a long time, but I've really just never gotten around to it. So, since I'm in between projects, I figured it was a perfect time. Right now I'm just rounding this corner, and that is so mainly I don't catch my shirt or anything when I walk by the bench. Alright, that'll work. It's good enough. And the flip-up bench stop, it's actually 2 pieces, but I'm gonna leave this long while I do some shaping, just so it's easier to hold in the vise, it's easier to work. And let's see, I might as well do a little chamfer on the edge if I do this without a vise. And this will be the piece that flips up. The rest of this here is going to be the actual piece that gets screwed onto the side. About that much. That should work. Alright, and cut that real quick. Alright, there we go. Just soften this a bit. Alright, soften that side a little bit. And this side actually I want to be perfectly square. So I'm going to mark this and just plane it square. And this is where the longer piece comes in handy. But of course, I cut it already. Here I'm just planing until I can see my marked lines. You can kind of see the edges as you go. And I'm coming in from both sides, just in case I split out on the other side, or spelch, I think it's called. Spelch out the other side. Good enough. Alright, not perfect, but it is what it is. Now I will find the center, make a couple marks, and I find the center by using my marking gauge and just making a little mark on each side. And then when they match up, if I come in from both directions, they'll be right in the center. Should be. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a center punch just to help the drill along a little bit. And this one I'll actually do later once I mount it, the other one to the bench, just so I get that hole in the right spot. And I'm going to be using an electric drill, which is one of the only power tools that I normally use. And it's still wireless, so the name still fits. And the screws I found are normal wood screws, so I'm gonna countersink this too. That'll work. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and stick it on. So the basic idea is you have a small piece here, then you have this piece that pivots into place, and then you have your piece that you want to cut here. It hangs off the edge. Go ahead and saw. When it's not in use, you flip that down so it's level with the top, so it doesn't get in the way. So it's pretty ingenious little invention here. What I want to do is actually line it with this dog hole, so that if I have a long piece, I can use that dog hole to help make sure it's square. So go ahead and mark that. And that is going to be where this piece sits. And I want to make sure that it also sits low enough that when the other piece flips back down, it is below the level of the bench. So that'll go right like that. Use my center punch again. Okay. All right, and I have a couple screws that I found that should work as long as that hole is big enough. Looks good. I'm not going to glue this because I want to be able to possibly remove it if I need to. Hopefully I won't. All right, that's pretty tight. Show them square. Yep. And now we figure out approximately where this screw goes. And how do I do that? Right there. I guess we'll just use the center mark. Use the center mark that I did before. And then I want it the same distance here, so I'll just go ahead and mark that. Now it should be the same distance this way as, well, as both of these. All right, let's see if we can test this out. All right, so that looks okay. And then that, if anything, needs to go a little bit further out. All right, so that should be good. All right, and this one, I'm going to add just a small washer, possibly two, depending on how that works, just so it turns itself nicely. All right, how's that look? that, it's pretty good. All right, I would call that good. Test it out. That is just about perfect. I love it. It folds down out of the way. That's perfect. And that's it. Super quick one today, super easy. Hopefully that new format didn't throw you for a loop. I am really happy with that little flip up bench hook, and hopefully it'll get a lot of use. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you think.